Well, good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us today. Today I'd like to provide a few updates. First, an update on protests in San Diego. Second, great news related to more law enforcement agencies following SDPD's lead on eliminating the carotid restraint. And third, I'll give an update on moving to phase 2 of our beach reopening plan and other reopenings. But first topic, an update on protests in San Diego. I know that yesterday during my briefing, there was a news conference in La Mesa. So I want to reiterate some of the comments I made yesterday because I think they are still very relevant today. And then I'll touch on a few new items, including the sheriff's request to bring the National Guard to La Mesa. This has been a week that most of us will never forget. And as we approach the end of it, the activity in San Diego has become more peaceful. We continue to see a significant decrease in violence and vandalism since Sunday night. And I shared some of those numbers yesterday, and I want to update that because I think it helps put everything in perspective. Sunday, we had 94 arrests. Monday, 17 arrests. Tuesday, 2 arrests. And last night, 0 arrests. The more the bad actors stay at home, the more the voices of the people will be heard. And this does not happen by accident. As I mentioned previously, it takes 2 essential ingredients. First, community advocates that organize and lead. And I want to continue to acknowledge and thank these civic, faith, and community leaders. I met with several of them in my office earlier this week, and they are clear, very clear. They will not tolerate violence in their ranks. And I thank them for keeping the vast majority of protests productive and peaceful. And the second ingredient, of course, to keeping the peace is our law enforcement officers. I want to thank our San Diego police officers under the leadership of Chief David Nislight. As I think many of you know, our officers have really been working nonstop. Vacations have been canceled. There is no time off. They are working 12-hour shifts. And they put the uniform on every day to keep all of us safe. All of us, protesters, residents, and all of our communities and neighborhoods. We have really seen these 2 ingredients come together this week, and particularly last night. Officers and protesters prayed and marched hand in hand. And take a look at some of these images. They were taken at the protest in the Midway District last night. And I think it's amazing. Police, protesters finding this moment of unity. San Diegans praying with each other, walking alongside each other, listening to each other. And as we work ahead to the weekend, we of course will continue to urge all protests to be peaceful. And we will continue to monitor closely tonight as well. And for those that want to do the wrong thing, SDPD is ready to take swift and decisive action. I also want to comment on the sheriff's request for the National Guard's assistance in La Mesa and government facilities within the county's jurisdiction. The city of San Diego has not requested, nor are we using National Guard assets to supplement the SDPD. My administration, with the support of the City Council, has really made it a priority to responsibly invest in our police department over the years. It's one of the reasons that San Diego has the lowest crime rate of any big city in the continental United States. SDPD will continually work effectively with protesters and address any unlawful activity. And as I mentioned before, we've seen arrests decline over the last few days, and we will continue to move forward with that approach, a very proactive approach. So I thank everyone. Topic number 2. Agencies around California are following San Diego Police Department's lead regarding the carotid restraint. On Monday, I joined Chief Nislight to announce that San Diego is stopping the use of the carotid restraint effective immediately. And yesterday and today, we have seen more than a dozen agencies follow suit. As of right now, virtually every agency in San Diego County has pledged to eliminate the use of this technique. Carlsbad Police Department, Chula Vista Police Department, Coronado Police Department, El Cajon, Escondido, La Mesa, National City, Oceanside, San Diego County Sheriff's Department, San Diego Harbor Police, San Diego State University, San Diego Unified School District, University of San Diego Police Department, and San Diego Community College Police Department. All of those departments, I thank them. I thank them for doing the right thing. And just this afternoon, the cities of Watsonville and Santa Cruz, California, also joined their ranks. Thank you to all of these departments. Thank you for listening to the concerns of the community. And thank you for taking decisive action. This is a historic moment. And I'm proud that our chief and our department, I'm proud of them for helping to lead the way. I'd also like to share an update on the community meetings that I called for this week. Thank you to everyone who submitted your feedback. We received nearly 4,000 comments from the meetings so far. Tonight is the last of these 3 meetings, and I continue to encourage San Diegans to virtually participate. You can see the information on your screen. The Community Review Board on Police Practices is holding its meeting at 6 p.m. tonight. So you can check out the City of San Diego's Public Meetings channel on YouTube to participate and watch and be a part of this very important community dialogue. Topic number 3, moving into phase 2 of our beach reopening plan, as well as some other reopenings that I want to highlight. Over the last several weeks, we have continued the process of loosening restrictions to reopen beaches and parks across San Diego. We flattened the curve in San Diego because of everybody's hard work. And as we did so, we asked our public safety professionals to help determine how we can reopen safely and responsibly, particularly on our beaches. This was a lifeguard-driven plan with buy-in from coastal city mayors throughout the county of San Diego. And today, we're prepared to announce the next set of reopenings. On June 8th, we will be opening the following: East and West Mission Bay Park for all water uses, for all park and water uses, and Fiesta Island to pedestrians, dogs, and cyclists only. The following day, on June 9th, we will open all piers and boardwalks within the city of San Diego. And on June 12th, we will open the following: Balboa Park Central Mesa, Balboa parking lots will open at full capacity. On July 6th, we will be opening the following: Fiesta Island to all vehicles. Fiesta Island, as I mentioned before, will be open prior to July 6th, but only to pedestrian, dogs, and cyclists. All of this information that you're seeing on your screen will soon be added to the city's website at sandiego.gov/coronavirus. Again, I want to thank all San Diegans for continuing to do the right thing, taking all of the precautions that have allowed us to flatten that curve. I'm confident that as we reopen more of our parks for our families, it's going to have a hugely positive impact. Enforcement will remain directed by the county health order, of course. All persons on the beach are asked to practice physical distancing. That does not change. And we're asking the public to not congregate or participate in any active sports activities on the beaches. We're continuing to make meaningful progress as we reopen across San Diego. And again, I want to thank San Diegans for your patience, for your cooperation, and for continuing to do the right thing as we have flattened the curve. And with that, I'll see if there's any questions from members of the media. If there is not, again, thank you for San Diegans. Thank you for coming together. Thank you for the positive momentum that we are seeing all across our city, and doing it in a way that helps bring our city together, making the positive changes. Thank you, and that concludes today's briefing.